Alrighty. If anybody is out there watching, I'm still just getting set up, so give me just a second here, and I'm going to get the chat up. And everything's looking a little blue, so I'm going to try to change that as well. So give me one moment. And I got to adjust this. This is all wonky. Yeah. There we go. That's a little better. Alright, let's do the chat thingamajigger. And hopefully this guy works. Connected all two channels. Let's see. All right. There we go. YouTube and Twitch came in, no problem. Pardon me. All right, now let's try to make this thing a little less blue, shall we? I didn't want to do that, but that's okay. Let's try this again. Color. I don't know why the color is so wonky and weird, but there we go. And let's try to adjust the camera as well. There we go. Oh, hey, come on. Come on. Hey. That's a little bit better, I think. Just a pinch. Yeah, it looks a little less blue, I think. So if anybody's out there watching, and you're in the chat or whatever, pardon me, let me know. Save that. I can live with that. I can live with that. Okay. Let me move this. Let me get some new fresh water. We're going to need it today. This is all dark from all the Drawlloween inking. Here we go, fresh water, which is always it's always useful. And a fresh palette, baby. Fresh palette. Hey, Light, how you doing? Okay, so it's still pretty blue, just less dark. Yeah, I'm unsure why it's doing that. This might get a little crazy, but watch your eyes. That's still pretty blue. I think the studio lights made a better look. Let me see if I can adjust that somehow. Okay. Okay, that was a little weird. Nope, nothing going on there. Whoa. I wonder if I can white balance this somehow. I am streaming with XSplit. Yeah, that's what I was just shifting around a bit here to see if it could do anything. I do not know why it's so blue, but let me grab a piece of white paper and see if I can't white balance this thing real quick. Let's see what we can do with it. I don't know why it's blue. It's not blue in my art room. Yeah, OBS. I need to try that. I mean, XSplit was the first thing I tried, and it worked, so I haven't messed around with anything else, though. But, yeah, if you guys like OBS, I'll give that a whirl if you think it's a better program. But let me try to white balance this somehow real quick. Oh, come back here, you. Oh, that's looking... I think that's a little bit better. Yeah, that looks more like skin tone. Yeah. Are you guys comfortable with that as it is? Or do you think it needs... I mean, it probably needs a little more work, but I could tweak it all day. But I think that's... For my taste, that's pretty good. Let me know what you guys think. Oh, yeah, light. Yeah, that's the reason you tried OBS and stuck with it. That's the reason I've stuck with XSplit. Is because I tried. It was free. I tried it and it worked. But, Gamer Spirit, welcome too. Hello, how you doing? Lots of bells and whistles for XSplit. Yeah, I'll have to give OBS a whirl then. I mean, I just kind of stuck with the first thing I tried and went with it. So welcome to the stream, guys. Hi, Connor Halligan. How you doing today? Glad y'all could make it. I'm happy to see you guys. Welcome back to the stream. Let me shift this out of the way here and we get the new palette opened up. So how has everybody's October been going? Mine's been pretty good so far. Can't really complain too much. Light, I couldn't agree with you more on that one. I feel like it's already like hard enough to get the time to do pretty much anything and like learn, like, you know, I would really need to dedicate some time to learning something else. So if what I have works, that's a good idea to just stick with it. Okay, so just a couple more things here to set up and we'll get rocking and rolling. Be right back. I needed to get my soothing green tea. So delicious. It's actually not. It's in a snowman mug because that's what I had. I should have planned ahead and done something more Halloween-y, but, you know, hey. Alright, here. Alright, as you notice today, we're going to do something a little bit different than normal. I've got watercolor paper out in front of me. Different than the Bristol board. I don't know if you can see if I zoom it in, but this has got kind of a toothiness to it, a little bit of a grit there. And it's a little better for sucking up water, because we're going to be doing some water-based stuff today, rather than just pure marker. So, first thing I do anytime I do any kind of watercolor stuff, pardon me, damn, this, whatever I have is killing me. I'm going to measure out a nice, just a little 8x10 window here, real quick. Yeah, snowman. I should have planned ahead and had like one of my Halloween mugs or something like that would be good. So, half inch. Yeah, we have been rocking and rolling here with the Drawlloween stuff, which has been good. I've really been enjoying it, and I hope you guys have been too, and just getting stuff done. But I've been having a ball with it. I always like this time of year and drawing spooky stuff. And my mind just completely shut down because I measured that wrong. Good job. Good job, Colin. I'm on like cough syrup and a couple other minor painkillers for the throat. So if I get a little goof-tastical this episode, please forgive me. Light, you need to get a fancy Halloween hat for your avatar. You definitely need that. Are you going to be doing some and this is just me. Feel free to not just ignore me, but you should totally do some like horror games this season. You know, stream some good stuff. There's a lot out there that's great. But yeah, that's just my theory. That's just what I'm saying. Please feel free to disregard from the peanut gallery here. Alright, so we got more or less a nice 8x10 area here. Standard size. The next thing I'm going to recommend that you do for any of this kind of stuff is measuring a 1/4 inch from each side. If you guys ever are doing art and you go out and you buy a store-bought mat and that mat says that it has an 8x10 opening or it's matted for like an 8x10 picture, it's not. It's always a 1/4 inch on each side is chopped off. And that's because if you have a picture that's actually the entire dimension of the picture is 8x10, it gives you a 1/4 inch to tape it down to. So if you don't want to lose any of your artwork, it's better to make it a little bit smaller. Oh boy. All right. Yeah, I was thinking, you know what? I was thinking like something like Spooky's House of Jump Scares would be fun, or something a little lighter. But you know, it's your show and your channel. Like, do whatever you feel. You know, I love horror games, so it's less of me telling you like this would be good for your business and me just saying this is what I want to see. I enjoyed watching Cuphead last night. I did enjoy Cuphead a lot. I actually want to pick that up if I have time to play. Okay. Oh, so Gamer Spirit, what is Tattletale? I'm unfamiliar with that one. All right, so once we have our thingamajig down, the next best thing to do, demonic Furby. If they sold demon Furbies, I'd be first in line. That would be great. Next up, I'm going to tape this sucker down. Now, unfortunately, I don't have the room with the camera set up on the laptop here and all that, but normally I have a like a board or something that I can tape it down to that I can rotate around. Demonic Furby is the game Tattletale? Ooh, well, color me intrigued. Is it like a, not a survival game, but is it like an adventure type game, like where you're a guy in a house and there's a demonic Furby and you have to, like, I don't know, deal with it or something? Or this is a good pick, right? So you're in hell. Like, you have been damned to hell for whatever sins in your mortal life, right? So you're in hell and you have a family in hell and it's Christmas 1997 and, like, you have to go out and, like, your kid wants a demonic Furby more than any other thing because all the Furbies in hell are demonic. And, like, it's just Jingle All the Way, but with Furbies and in hell. So that would be... I'm so hoping that's what this game is. But part of me doubts it. Part of me doubts that the world could be so kind to me to make that a thing. Okie dokie. We are taped down. We've got our fresh, clean palette. I will set it aside here. Today we're going to be doing Full Moon Follies. So what we're going to be doing is a cool, like, spooky full moon spooky landscape. We're going to be doing that in watercolors and ink washes today. So something a little bit different than the normal marker stuff, but, you know, gotta do different stuff every once in a while. So for that, we're just going to start with a loose sketch that we're going to throw in first. I'm going to just doodle up here with this. This is a 2H. It's a pretty light pencil. I don't want there to be too much graphite on the board. So I'm going to start with that. I hope you guys will be able to, I hope the camera will pick it up. That's for sure. And yes, Gamer Spirit, I'm sorry, I did get that Shrek picture you sent me. Thank you. It made me laugh. I don't know why, but I completely forgot to contact you back, so sorry about that. Huh. So you're getting a demonic Furby for Christmas, and your parents don't want you to know about it. I have to wonder. That sounds cool. I'd definitely be interested in that. So, I'm going to start with our full moon, which I'm going to put over here. And I don't know if this is even big enough for me. Yeah, probably. So roughly a third of the way in, and boom. I hope you guys can see that. Yeah, it's coming up good. Light, my man, I hear you on that. I do. Very, very much so. Yeah, I've been enjoying seeing other people's work. I know Oh, pardon me. I watched some of the videos for CJ Procreate. I don't know if you're on CJ yet today or if you're coming, but I watched your videos and they've been great so far. And I've loved seeing the stuff that Drawlloween puts on like its Facebook feed. The Drawlloween people every day go out and choose a couple different people to what's the word I'm looking for? Like showcase their art. So that's always fun to see. And I like it quite a bit. And Gamer Spirit taking part in Inktober. Nice. Nice, I like that. So guys, what do you think? We're going to have a full moon. We're going to have some hills here. We're going to have some spooky stuff going on. But what do you think should be down in the foreground here? Like we could do like a little cemetery. That would be pretty spooky. Pardon me. We could do like we could do something like right in the center here. Have like a little. Here's an idea. Have like a bonfire, right? And have like a bunch of like crazy looking like dancers, like people dancing around it. Maybe throw some like standing stones here or something like that. Like a mystic cult is, you know, worshiping or doing something. We do like just a happy little like town scene in there or something like that. So what are you guys thinking? What would be good? And yeah, Inktober and Drawlloween is like two great tastes that taste great together. So I did it for the Tombsday. I did a pure pen and ink drawing, like ink washes, and that was a blast. But yeah, I'd love to be able to do, because I love the ink drawing, so it's always fun to do, you know, a couple at a time. Is that what you tuned in for, Gamer Spirit? You're like, I'm here for werewolves. It's werewolves or nothing for me. We could do werewolves or something if you guys want. I figured everybody would be doing werewolves for Full Moon Follies. But I am here to please you guys, so let me know what you guys are thinking. Poison Tombsday. Oh, that's good tea. All right. And while you guys are debating what you want to see down here in the foreground, like what this drawing is going to be about, we could even do some like big ass monster up here, like walking in front of the full moon or something, you know, like that. Hildeberg. Yeah, Marie and I were watching that last night, and we were like, oh my god, just like beat it. I would have kept watching just out of sheer frustration, but I had to run. So while you guys debate, I'll be right back. I'm going to get the watercolor supplies here. Okay. Oh, you didn't even get the A+. Oh, man. I was so hoping, because the whole time I'm like, Light, just do it. I'm like, just get the A+. Just win. Do it. Oh, that's so funny. How long did you play till? Like 4 in the morning or something like that? Just stayed up all night. And yeah, Gamer Spirit, yeah, David S. Pumpkins. I love that David S. Pumpkins. He is he's a Halloween staple for me now. Yeah, I'll have to check that carnation out to see the music. Got the squirrel hair brush. 10:30. Oh man. And have it set on the moon with a full Earth causing were people? Oh, that might be interesting to do. I like that. This is like Chinese brush painting brush. It's good for backgrounds. So we're going to pop out a couple of various supplies we'll be needing. Where people... Did you guys ever see that, the new X-Files, the show they did recently? I don't know, like the 6 episodes they did like 2 years ago, they were special, and there was the 3rd episode that was with it was a lizard man who got bitten by a human, and every day would then turn into a human. It was amazing. No. Wait, I think it's a good idea. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it or not, but I like it. I think I'm just going to stick with here we go. I think I'm just going to stick with a standard full moon though, but I like the concept. I think that if I had the time to do it, I think it would be a lot of fun. So, Prismacolor watercolor pencils. These guys are pure watercolor. I can never get them open though. Come on. There we go. Look at those beauties. Beautiful. So they're just pure watercolor basically in stick form. They're a lot of fun to use. I also have these Derwent ink tints. I love these guys. Now, unlike watercolor, these are pure ink in stick form. When you fix them to water, they become ink, basically. And you can create various washes. And I've got the whole set. There are a lot of them in here. So, good times. So we'll be using those guys, plus for larger areas of color, I've got Inktense blocks. Again, they are pure ink, but they're in block form. They're good for like backgrounds and stuff like that. And then, where the heck did it go? Is just my pure little tiny watercolor set, which is somewhere in here. I'll find it eventually when I need it. when I need it, it will show up like Excalibur. But okay, so you know what, Gamer Spirit? They make chalk pastels, which come in blocks. So that might have been the same kind of a thing. Unless you specifically had the Inktense. But they make chalk pastels, which I also have floating around, but I hate chalk. But yeah, cool, man. If you ever get a chance, the Inktense I really like. They sell them in smaller packs than just the gigantic thing. But there we go. Okay, so which horror movie had an Arctic locale? Lightbringer, you're going to need to narrow it down a little bit more than that, because there's a few. But are you thinking of John Carpenter's The Thing? I mean, that's like the most famous. There's also, and that's the remake of The Thing from Another World. Actually, let's nitpick a little bit. The Thing from Another World from like 1952, I think, was set in the Arctic, and The Thing from the 80s was the Antarctic. So there's a difference there. Is that what you're thinking of? I don't know. Okay, cool. Alright, so have we decided what we're going to put here in the nice foreground? So we got from light, you want to see a full Earth causing moon people to become were people. Which gives me the implication, which I like, that that the moon is filled with wolves? Or like wolfmen kind of a deal? Or, you know? Like when a person becomes a werewolf, you know, they're like half man, half wolf. David S. Pumpkins versus Shrek. Oh man, you really want to get that? You really want to get that Shrek in there, Gamer Spirit. We'll do Shrek one of these days for you. David Pumpkins versus Shrek. Yeah, an Aurora Borealis up there. That would be cool. Be nice and soft. So we could do that. Something like that. I don't know. Can an Aurora Borealis occur when a full moon also is occurring? I don't know. I mean, I don't see why not. I know, Gamer Spirit, you like that Shrek. Aurora Borealis in here. Which would, I guess, have to occur in front of the full moon, as an Aurora Borealis is atmospheric. So it would be definitely in front of the moon. Yeah, I just did a... Yeah, I'm not going to use Shrek today, man. We will for you one of these days. I'll do some kind of wackadoodle Shrek for you. But not today. And yeah, I just did do a cemetery, so that might be a little wonky. So the Arctic, we could do that. I mean, I don't hate drawing snow, but we could definitely do that. They would have more rugged... Well, I don't know. Would the Arctic have rugged peaks? Full moon and an aurora. Okay. Now I need to then decide. So we'll do some like peaks here. Snowy peaks. Stuff like that. Ooh, an aurora with a full moon. Thank you very much. And unless it's against terms of service, I don't know. Yeah, Gamer Spirit, I don't know. I don't know if it should be... I would think in the Arctic it would be flat plains. But peaks might work well. So we could do a... We could do a kind of Mountains of Madness kind of a deal, right? Well, first of all, do auroras occur in both the Antarctic and the Arctic? Like, do they occur in both places? Because I definitely will need to know that. Where did my brush go? Where the hell is everything? Yeah, I'm not Gamer Spirit. I think we could do it either way. I'd like to know: do auroras occur in the southern, in the what's it called, the Antarctic? Because we could do like a Lovecraft type Mountains of Madness type of deal, where they go into the Antarctic and they find like this ancient, frozen in the ice kind of city. And things go south for the team that's like investigating. It's really good. We could get all that kind of like weird architecture in there. Would be kind of cool. Plus, there's giant albino mutant penguins, so that's a thing. So we could do something like that. So let's see here. Aurora. I bet you it gives me a Disney princess. Nope, Aurora right there. Okay. Auroras can occur in the Antarctic, apparently. Is what it says. Okay. Yeah. Yep. I love my Disney princesses, what can I say? And let's see, Borealis means northern, the Australis is in the south. Aurora Australis. Or Australis. Oh yeah, and they're pretty too. Cool. Okay, I'm into that. So what do you guys think? We'll do like a cool southern aurora. We can have our mountains and eat them too. And we'll maybe throw in some giant mutant penguins. How's that sound? Does that work? Does that work for everybody? So I'm actually going to increase the size. I'm going to make them a little closer. The mountains here. A little less distant, a little closer up, I think, is going to work a little better. For that. And then I have a picture here of the Aurora Australis, like a couple of them, and they're cool. They've got neato colors. Greens, reds, yellows, stuff like that. That's cool. Pardon me. Alright, so that's cool. So then we can put our like weird architecture and stuff in with the mountains behind, almost as if you're in the middle of this city and you're looking up at the aurora and the night sky. Kind of a deal. Stuff like that. That'll be good. So I'm just kind of loosely sketching in just some weirdo buildings. Because weirdo buildings are where I want to live one day. And they're, I know in the Mountains of Madness, they're described as very, like, geometrical in shape and stuff. That's where the Shoggoths come from. Good stuff. Everybody loves a good Shoggoth. I know I love a good Shoggoth. Shoggoths were invented by, like, the Elder Things to be a race of, like, servants and stuff like that. They're amorphous, blobby things covered in, like, eyeballs to see. Because even though they, like, genetically engineered them or however they made them through whatever magic, they didn't give them any way to see unless they had, like, actual eyeballs, which seems weird. Like, you'd think you could, like, the Blob from the movie The Blob, he didn't need no eyeballs. He just, like, knew where he was going and knew who he wanted to eat. And it worked out perfectly. So, sorry if this is a little bit hard to see on the stream, but we'll get them in and we'll get the watercolor started here momentarily. Let's give a nice big one over here. Nice big building here. Ooh, another link. Thank you, Light. Oh, that's a cool one. That looks like it's somewhere in, like, Denmark or something like that. I like it. Donka shirt. I like the diamond shapes that are in there. I'm going to start including those here in this drawing I'm doing. This is going to be very challenging, I just realized, because of all the different geometric shapes. You're going to have to make sure the lights are on them just right. Oh boy. Close, the Netherlands. Ah. So I have to wonder, like, I think those buildings are super neat, you know? Oh, Rotterdam, okay. I think buildings like that are super neat, but I have to wonder if, like, if they were going to build them in Pittsburgh, if I'd be like, well, that's just terrible. How could you wreck our great architecture already with something so weird looking? Or, you know what I mean? I only imagine that a place that's, like, as old as Rotterdam, the modern architecture is very controversial. But I like it. I think it's cool. Okay, so they had like nothing left, and they just decided to throw them up. That's a good idea. That's very true. And well, I would assume too, especially after, you know, if there's a terrible war like that, you're going to want to distance yourself like from the past. Well, that's smart too, not to tear anything down. It makes you so sad though, like don't get me wrong, I like architecture and I think new architecture like that is awesome. I think it's really cool. But it's always so sad that the buildings that were there already were bombed to hell and destroyed, you know? Because my guess is there was some beautiful old architecture. But I guess that's life, you know? And I'm glad at least they're doing something interesting with the space. Oh, man. Okay. So, let's get in some giant mutant penguins. I want these things to look creepy, so let's go. Let's look up I'm going to bring up a picture of a penguin here. Oh, penguins are so cute. My wife won't let me have a baby penguin as a pet. She never lets me have any baby animals I want. Like, I wanted a baby Bengal tiger. Nope. Nope, just the guinea pigs. I love them, guys. Down here is going to be our albino penguins. Oh, that's good that Rotterdam still has its old town square, that they weren't able to bomb that. You guys ever seen the inside of a penguin's mouth? It is creepy. It is creepy as all get out. Look it up when you get a chance. It's amazing to think that a target that would be that big would be hard to bomb, but when you're that far up in the air... I know, right? You think penguins are all like sunshine and smiles? I know, Gamer Spirit. I tell her, I'm like, I tell her, I'm like, look, I know they're illegal to have, and I know we can't possibly care for them properly, but wouldn't they be so cute? They could live in our bathtub. I'd put the cold water on. I'd have to go to the convenience store, and I could buy ice daily to put in there with them. penguin emoji. That's what I'm going to have to use from now on. The penguin emoji. It's an all-purpose emoji. Like if somebody emails you and is like, my cat just died, you can send them the penguin emoji. No problem. Alright, so we got a couple albino penguins here. We're going to make them look like really nasty. Oh, CJ, man, I am sorry to hear that, man. That sucks. I have been watching your Drawlloween videos, man. Good stuff. Keep it up. I have liked what I have seen. Light, send CJ a penguin emoticon. Because as we talked about it, no matter what a person's going through, the penguin emoji is an appropriate emoji. I don't know how to do it. Octopus and sheep, yeah, you know what, man? I could see the two of you using those very frequently. Yeah, CJ, that sucks, man. There you go. Thank you, Light. CJ, penguin emoticon. I know it's not going to help too much, but hopefully it'll give you something. All right, so we've got giant mutant penguins there. So that's good. And then I don't know. What should we put on the other side here? Put some elder things. Yeah, keep it up with the Drawlloween stuff, man. We're drawing giant mutant albino penguins. You have to wonder, right? So, like, if an animal was going to rise up and, like, take over the earth, what animal would you want it to be? Because I think that some animals would have, like, you know, they'd be able to form, like, really good forms of government and stuff like it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. You know? Like, I would assume if, like, bears took over the world, that would be terrible. Because, we, as people, would be hunted for sport. But, you know, if, like, I don't know, like, what if, like, chipmunks took over the world? You know, that wouldn't be too bad, I don't think. Oh yeah, their eyes are going to be red. You better believe it. Beavers, you know, yeah, that's true. Because that, well, granted, like, no river would flow. You know what I mean? Like, that would be bad. Okay, and then we got some elder things there. So I think we're ready to start watercoloring. So this is going to be interesting. So, get these things open. Actually, let me grab my little watercolor kit. Oh, it's right there. Like I said, it'll show up when I need it. Boom. Oh, I'm glad. Pardon me. Little baby watercolor kit. It's good for what ails you. So I'm going to start with some nice dark blue up in the sky here, and I'm doing it with the squirrel hair brush. No, CC, chipmunks, they don't like the Chipmunks movies because they feel they're misrepresented. Because some chipmunks don't sing in that high of a range. Like, some chipmunks are just like real, like bass chipmunks when they sing. Like, they're like, I'm gonna eat these nuts. Or whatever the chipmunks say. Oh, God. I don't even know. I don't know. What do the chipmunks say? Sure, CJ. So, it's full moon today. We decided to do a full moon. We talked about doing an Arctic scene. And so we went with like a in the mouth of madness kind of a thing, which has a like a big strange city and giant albino mutant penguins in it. It's a Lovecraft story. You guys know I like that Lovecraft stuff. A little bit of brown to tone it down. Give it a squeeze. Get out all that nice watercolor. So, it'll be interesting. Yogi Bear. Hey, boo-boo. Yeah, that's why chipmunks don't like the Chipmunks movies, because they feel like sometimes they don't speak that way. And they don't like that. They want representation of who and what they really are in their films. And just some pure water here. We're gonna just kind of just nicely to do that around. A dancing girl and a werewolf. Nice. I can't wait to check it out, man. That'll be good. Alright, so we need to start putting in our Aurora Australis. So I think I'm going to go with like a green to purple kind of a scheme, if that makes any sense. So I'm going to need like a nice, vibranty, bright green, which I unfortunately don't have in my kit, so I'm going to try for the pencils here. You know what, Light? Come on, watercolor. Open. I can never get this damn thing open. I don't know about, like, I know, I agree with you that some people feel that way. For me, I'm just like, I don't care. I'm just like, drawing with watercolors. You know? The thing with the watercolors is that they are, I don't know, additive or subtract. I can't remember which one is correct here, but the whole thingamabobber is that you can't go in later and like add white like with oil colors. You know, you have to like leave the white areas white initially, and that's part of how they work as a medium. So I don't mind. I don't know if people see this and get offended by like if I add white in later, if I decide to do that, and they're like, "Well, screw you," then they can go and like sit and spin, man. I don't care. Like, we're just here to have fun, you know. Exactly. Exactly. It's all about just enjoying what you're doing. For me, it is. You know. Well, and that's why some people have they have a big issue with like digital art. I've met artists that have that, and they're like, "Well, digital art isn't true art because you're allowed to hit the undo button." And I'm like, you know what? It's all about having fun and creating cool stuff. And there's so much awesome digital art out there. I don't know why you would even say that, you know, other than some weird like pride thing. But, you know, a lot of artists, they have that kind of stuff. I don't. I'm here to have fun, and I'm here to draw and do cool stuff. And that's really all there is to it. But yeah, believe me, I've met enough artists that are, unfortunately, take themselves way too seriously. Yeah, I'm sorry, Gamer Spirit. And one of my pet peeves is like hoity-toity artistes kind of a deal, like that take themselves too seriously, and not just that, of course, but like when they are derisive or whatever the word is, I can't talk today, of other people's art, you know? Like if people are just like putting themselves out there and having fun with it and doing their art, and other people come along, well, you know, to true art, it's like that really grinds my gears, I guess we'll say. It rubs me the wrong way. So yeah, sorry, I try to keep it family friendly, but once in a while I gotta break out the big guns, like sit and spin. Oh. Whew. Oh well. Alright, so we're getting in some nice purple colors. And I'm going to move that into a more vibrant purple. Let's see, what do I got? Let's try this color. Does this color have a name? Yeah, it's violet. Okay. Gamer Spirit, yeah, no, I think you are. When that Shrek picture came in, you were like, look at this piece. It's going in MoMA. You were like, this is too good. Here you go, Colin, top this. Mic drop. Out. Now, I like the Shrek drawing, though. It was good, man. It made me laugh. Alright, and then let's get into some... I'm going to do some nice soft pink colors. This color is called Rose Farday. Okay. We got our Rose Farday here. Coming along nice. We're putting some of this in front of the moon. Although I read that magnetic borealises can go behind the moon because they're in space. But I want to leave a little bit of the moon peeking through. And then with a little bit of... Let's see, what's this guy? Mulberry. Let's add some mulberry in there. Yeah, I saw the Eddie Murphy head. Some mulberry here, just in the gaps. I don't know, guys. I hope this comes out. I have no idea what this is going to look like. But it's all about trying new things, I guess. Alright, then we're going to take some pure water. start going in. Oh, that purple's really picking up. Alright, so down here. Thank you. Yeah, I was a little worried, I'll be honest with you. Well, I always am with watercolors. It's not the kind of media that lends well to mistakes. It tends to be a little more unforgiving, so. But we shall see. Fortunately, this purple is just kind of overriding the green here, so I might need to go in later and add more green down at the bottom to blend them. But it's all right. I like the purple color, how it showed up. I like the vibrancy of it. It makes me happy. Okay. Alright, so what I'm going to do is squeeze out the squirrel hair brush, which is a sentence I just said. Good. Till we get some of the water, the colored water out, and then with just pure, regular old water, you can go in at the top and just lightly blend. So things are a little, they'll become a little less harsh. So I kind of want the lines to bleed into each other. Already my paper is warping pretty badly, which is okay, I guess. I'm not too worried about it. It's one of the problems when you're working flat like this. A lot of people work watercolors on an incline of some sort. That way the water tends to drip down rather than pool. But I don't mind. Like you could probably see in here, here. Those are all just little tiny valleys. I can just go in and smooth them out. Yeah, Gamer Spirit, you are correct. You've not been an artist till you've squeezed the squirrel hair. That's how you could tell. That's you don't know this, but fellow artists, when we greet each other, I'm like, hello, have you squeezed the squirrel hair today? And if they're just some like noob, they have no idea what I'm talking about. But if they're like a true artiste, like myself, then they're like, I have squeezed the squirrel hair. So that's also the new motto for the channel, squeezing the squirrel hair with Colin. That's what I'm going to call this this experience. This is the quality entertainment that you guys tune in week after week to see. Squeezing the squirrel hair. Wait, are you saying I'm not an artist? I'm not an artist. I am a maker of art. There is a difference. Hold on, I'm like, again, the cough medicine here. Let's see. Light, I will accept your duck. Unlike that Mario World level, which you did eventually. Well, no, because you just blasted through those. Oh, okay, you're pointing at yourself. I have no idea how these, like, chats and emoticons work. I don't know. Yeah, Light, that's how you can do it, my man. You just go up to people and ask, like, hey, have you squeezed the squirrel hairbrush? And they'll be like, oh, you're an artist. I had no idea. Okay, squeezing the squirrel hair with your buddy Colin. Alright, so that's cool for now. That's in there. Let's get the inks out. I want a really nice vibrant red for the penguin eyeballs. So we're going to start with a dark red here for the shadows and the outlines. And then we're going to move to a lighter, more vibrant red, poppy red for in here. And need a brush for ink. It is the secret artist code. And soon to be the motto of this channel. Just nice and light. Put in some of the water here. Okay. And I'm going to make these, the heck are they called? The elder things here in the background, a purplish shade. Let's take some red, mix it with the already existing blues I got. Make kind of a bizarre dark purple. And just start throwing it in. Throwing it in! So have you guys been watching any horror movies for Halloween or anything like that? Nope. And I'm smearing the red. I still haven't seen The Mummy. But it will be coming in on my Netflix queue. Or on my, like, the DVD of it. Hopefully soon, but I have Babylon 5 Disc 2 in now, so that'll be fun. I'm looking forward to seeing a story of the last of the Babylon stations. That'll be good. Gamer Spirit, the only thing you've seen is David S. Pumpkins. I'm glad you watched that the other day. Oh, okay. Cool. Well, Light Eye Zombie, hey, it has zombies in it, so I'm counting it as Halloween themed. Boom, there you go. It also has people making really stupid decisions, so that is very much like a horror film. So there you go. Oh, you finally saw Alien. That's awesome, man. And how was 47 meters down? I haven't seen that. It looks interesting. It really does. The dude's head popped off? Are you talking about in 47 meters down or an alien? Which part of an Alien had a guy's head pop off? I'm trying to remember. Dude's head popping off, and why can't I remember that? Yeah, I bet it would. It kind of looked like, it kind of reminded me of like Open Water, if you guys remember that movie. 47 Meters Down reminded me of Open Water. I don't know, like, as I get, you know, when I got older, like, as I get older still, because I'm constantly aging like everybody else on the planet, the concept of, like, dude, I'm going to jump in a cage and then go, like, sit in the ocean with a bunch of, like, man-eating sharks. Like, the concept of actually doing that becomes less and less for me. Like, I really don't want to do that. That has lost its thrill. Oh, yeah. Ash, he gets his head ripped. Yeah, right, he gets his head ripped off. I forgot about that. He's Bilbo Baggins, too. So there you go. So let's make the wings have a little bit of a reddish green, which sounds like an oxymoron, but, you know. Let's smear that out. Christmas brown. Yep. You know, actually, they've done like scientific testing on like color spectrum and stuff, and I don't know too much about this, but they did find that there are colors that we as a species can't perceive, and a lot of them are the complementary colors in a mix, like reddish green, orangish blue, and a very apparently delicate purplish yellow. Like, our eyes just are not capable of seeing those things because that's the way we work. It's interesting to think about, though. I wish I could make something like purplish yellow. And you know how many times I've said that? Like, man, this could just use some, like, a little bit of, like, orangish blue in here. Would really make this pop. Hey, CJ, best of luck to you, man. I can't send it, but penguin emoticon to you, my friend. Good luck and hope everything works out. And definitely try some watercolors whenever you get a chance, man. Always try new art. It's good. And I will definitely be catching the rest of your videos, too, when they're up. So keep up the good work. Okay. See, I don't know if that's picking up well, but to me, it's got a little bit of like a reddish green to it. I don't know. There you go. Thank you, Light. The noble penguin emoticon. My wife tells me I see colors better than her, and I believe that. There are some people that have like additional rods in their eyes that let them pick up colors more vibrantly. I don't know if I have that or not. I wish I did. That would be awesome. We need to lighten this down just a bit. Go, and we can kind of fill in the gaps. Here we go. Green and red and brown. Yeah, you know what? Light, fair enough on that. Fair enough. I can see some interesting, like, reddish colors in the greens and a little bit of greens here in the red. But I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Either way, I kind of like it. It reminds me of, like, a Frazetta painting, which is awesome. So, it's good to me. Well, just for some interest, let's put a little bit of yellow here in the body of the elder thing. Just a weird little bit of yellow. Just to add some interest, so it's not just a single shade here. There we go. Cool. Two compression amalgams away from true colors. Is anybody here? Anybody that's watching? Is anybody, what is it, red-green colorblind? Or color? Does anyone have color blindness? Because I don't think I've ever met somebody in person that I know of that has color blindness. I would just be intrigued to know, because I've never, you know, I see a lot of color, so I'm just curious if other people out there, what their experience is like without being able to see that. Your thought made me think of that light. Oh, yeah, that would be problematic. Especially if you're playing like Ticket to Ride, 2 people, and they choose red and green, and that's it. I'll be red, and I'll be green. Okay. Well, yeah, that's very true, but there are some games when it's like the only difference is the color. Usually those aren't very good games, but they exist. Okay, let's put in, the screen is going to be them picking up a little bit of the color from the aurora above. And that's going to get toned down a bit here as we continue on, so don't freak out too much. Interesting. Interesting gamer spirit and interesting light, too. Hey, has anyone played the Bob Ross and Chill board game yet? I really want to get it. It's the Bob Ross board game. That sounds cool, though. Fresco. I'll have to look into that one. we go. Alright, now we can start kind of putting in this background. Yeah, it does exist. I saw it at Target the other day. I cannot imagine that it's any good. It's a board game that's sold like at Target, you know what I mean, for the non-board gaming crowd. So I can't imagine how that goes over. However, that being said, the Bob Rossness of it intrigues me. They had a pack with the Bob Ross Funko Pop, which appeared in my first episode. And it came with a board game and a Bob Ross, but his hair was like flocked, like real hair. And I wanted to get it, but they sold out like immediately online. Unfortunately. Yeah, but I part of me wonders, like, even if it's crappy, I kind of want to get it. Because Bob Ross is my spirit animal. There's a lot of painters out there, too, that I've met that I'll be like, dude, I love Bob Ross. And they'll be like, dude, he's the worst and you suck. And that makes me angry as well. Not only because, number one, I don't suck, but neither does Bob Ross. And how could you say that about Bob Ross? I don't get it. And have I gotten the SNES Classic? Gamer Spirit, I have not. I actually own an SNES and a bunch of games, so I wasn't like too crazy to run out and get it. Money's a little tight right now, all things considered. But that being said, is it good? The SNES Classic I don't even know what the game selection on it is like. And I'm putting it in. Too new to get a real rating? Yeah. Like I said, Light, I'm not sure if that's the game for the board gaming, the typical board gaming crowd, you know? But the SNES Classic... Oh, Star Fox 2 never released. Cool. How is it? I bet you it's awesome. I bet you it's cool. Star Fox 2? That sounds good. Was that the big selling point of it? That it... Not only do you get the other SNES games, but it has Star Fox 2. Was that like a big draw? Does it have a Link to the Past on it? Yeah, okay. Oh, do you have to unlock it by playing through the original Star Fox? Ooh, I like that. I like when you get to unlock things. Oh, cool. That's awesome. Link to the Past. Does it have, oh god, maybe somebody can help me. What was the game? It's like a top-down shooter game, but the cover of the box is an old guy playing a banjo for no discernible reason. Like, the banjo-playing gentleman does not appear in the game whatsoever. but the cover of the box has them on that. Was that like Equinox or something? Does anyone know what the hell I'm talking about? Does anyone know what I'm talking about? Latency? Okay, I'm sorry. Let's see. How bad's the latency here? Yeah, that sounds like it's pretty latent. Okay, network error. That's no good. Phalanx. Thank you, Light. Thank you. Let's see here. Restream. Let me go there. And let me refresh this. Let's see if Twitch comes back here. There we go. Okay, yep. That's what I normally have, about 12 seconds, so that's fine. Let's get some yellow in here to gray it down a bit. So it loses a little bit of the intensity, which is what I want. Okay, there we go. Here we can start rendering things in as they go up. Let me start to get into this kind of stuff here. There we go. There we go. Okay. Hopefully the latency isn't too bad. I hope you guys can still see what I'm seeing, experience the magic, and all that fun stuff. This needs to be a little bluer now. A little browner. There we go. And more water. Yeah, sorry about that. I know, you've said you've had big success on, Mixer with the low latency. I'll have to try that at one of these days. I don't know. I don't know if Mixer's really the place where creative stuff lives, but it's always worth a try. Everything is. Okay. So now I'm just kind of adding in little bits of dark area where the sides of the buildings, the shadow areas are going to be. Just kind of mixing this in here with the reddish down there. Getting a nice blend on it. Yeah. Well, that's good, man. Well, and especially you've got a nice, you've got a lot of people chatting and throwing stuff out there for you. It's nice to have that immediate reaction, and it's nice too when you're playing video games that you're like, "What can I do?" and you don't have to then wait 12 seconds for people to say, "Go left, go right, try this, try that." All right, Gamer Spirit, I'll see you. I'm probably going to end the stream today at pretty much 5 exactly, maybe a little bit over. I don't think I'll get this sucker done for then, but that is okay. But if we're not here, thanks for stopping by, man. I really appreciate it. Okay. Light, you are going bananas with the emoticons today. I like it. Oh, emoticons, you're what our language is slowly becoming. And I'm totally cool with that. Eventually, eventually we'll just be all hieroglyphics all the time. Oh, yeah? Well, I'm going to try it. I'm going to jump in on this emoticon game. And I can't type in my own chat. Beautiful. I don't know. I think it just became O/ on Twitch. Really? The O/ is better? So the O/ is waving. Yeah, I could see that now. That's cool. Okay, so now we're going to need white, which comes in a tube. Because I want these mountains to be a little subtler. Well then, well, yeah, I can't type in the chat in YouTube for unknown reasons. Come on there, nice and white. A hint of blue. There we go. Good enough. Oh! Okay, that face is ridiculous. I can only imagine what you need to, like, in life, what a person needs when they would need that emoticon. Like, what is the proper time for that, like, crazy-looking face emoticon? I can only imagine. Alright, let's get that in. That's pretty hilarious, though, the faces. It's amazing that initially it started as like, hey, if I put a colon here and then the end parenthesis, it kind of looks like a smiley face. And then corporate America was like, how can we somehow capitalize on this? come from behind victories. Yeah, that is the come from behind victory face. That's hilarious. Okay, that looks good. Let's make these penguins albino with a little more blue. And a little bit of green. This will be the shadow color. Penguin! Hello, CJ. How you doing today? Welcome back. I hope everything went well with your car. As well as it can be, car troubles suck. Car troubles are a crappy. Okay, come here. Other penguin. Oh man, that's good news. But I'm wondering what kind of safety feature occurs in a vehicle that allows it to just cease working. That doesn't seem super safe. You know? I'm not doubting you in the least. I totally believe that cars have that feature. But I'm just trying to think of the manufacturers who are like, it would be helpful if there was a feature that you might be able to accidentally trigger that makes the car cease functioning. It's super safe. Maybe if you turn your steering wheel so far to one direction and press your brake, the car just ceases functioning. Good job, car designers. Anti-theft. Okay, yeah, fair enough. And you hit a pothole and triggered a safety in the fuel. It seems like it would be. It seems like that would be harder to trigger than just that. Must have been a hell of a pothole, man. But I'm glad that it's not anything, major. That's good. That is okay, fair enough. That's a good safety measure. I retract all of my former statements, and I look like an asshole, but that's okay. I usually do. Oh, road construct. Yeah, that'd do it. Yeah, I'm glad to hear that everything worked out like it's okay then. That's good, man. Oh, really? Did they That's no fun. and no good, that's for sure. Alright. Oh yeah, traffic circles. They've been putting those in like all over the place, I have noticed. Hopefully if it makes things better, that will be good, you know. Vivid green. Let's use vivid green. Oop, I'm going to get my arm in there. Oh, I'm glad you like it, man. I'm actually not a huge... I'm not too great with the watercolors, so it's all kind of playing for me. But I'm glad you like it. They have the right lane cross the left with a light, so you never turn left across traffic. Wow, that is kind of weird. You know what, though? If they're trying to prevent left turns, though, that's not the worst thing in the world. Because we have a couple out near us that are kind of like, no left turn, you have to go forward and find a jug handle and that kind of stuff. And at first it seems irritating, but it actually works pretty well. We're going right in here, green up where the moon's light is coming through. For some interestingness. Oh, okay. I think, yeah, okay. Fair, yeah. Near a shopping center. That sucks that it backs up that far. It's always crazy to me to think, like, I know construction needs to be done sometimes, but it seems like crazy that they'll be like, oh yeah, okay, it's like 2 p.m. on a Tuesday afternoon. Good time to shut down all the lanes of traffic. It's like, what guys, what are you doing? What are you doing here? Alright, so I'm going to try to erase some of this stuff. These pencil lines in here. The problem's going to be dusting them away without getting them smearing up the existing watercolor lines and stuff, but we'll do our best. All right. Oh, boy. Okay, deep breath. And that only half worked. Good, 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 good. Good. Oh, well. C'est la vie. A wise man once said, to hell with it. It doesn't matter. That man was me, just right now. Okay. That is a lot of backup light. That must have not been fun to deal with. Okay, good enough. Good enough. There's a little bit of pencil right in here that we'll get rid of. Okay, so I'm going to take some of this purple, mix it with some white. So let me add a little more white in there. Okay. I'm going to darken it with a little bit of brown. And a little bit of dark blue. So it becomes this kind of nice, like, Payne's gray color. You can add in this kind of stuff. There we go. A common way to make something look like it's being pushed up as opposed to being pulled down by gravity. I don't know. If you're talking about like floating buildings kind of a thing, I'm unsure what a good technique for that would be right off the bat. I'm trying to think. Part of the issue would be you need good like context clues put in there. So the audience can kind of see that it's being pushed away. One of the common things is they say about people that draw like spaceships. Like there'll be a spaceship and it will have like rocket exhaust coming out of it. And they'll be like, well, is this like ascending or descending? And the artist is like, oh, well, it's clearly doing this. And they're like, well, how can the audience tell? So I'm unsure of a common way to do that. Do you have an idea? Do you want like floating buildings or something like that? Or is that what you're thinking? Something that can deform. I'm not sure. Like, do you want to do weird, like, deformed buildings kind of a thing? Or a building that is deforming or is, like, amorphous? Hmm. Yeah, you can do it like, okay, so like for your example, like a hand punching out of the ground. Yeah, the limp parts would be hanging down towards, if you wanted to imply other gravity, like if the hand's showing motion, you're going to have them curling up, like if they're little pieces of, like, say, rotted flesh or strings tied around the fingers for some reason. They'd be like going any other way. Like you can imply motion with that kind of a thing. It'd be a lot easier for me to like sketch out what I'm trying to say. I'm sorry. Ugh. Okay. Oh, tea, you are cold as hell right now, but you are so delicious. Yeah, it would look like there is gravity at play in some capacity with something like that. So to make something look like it's going purely up, with like without gravity at play on it, kind of a deal. Well, if you're doing space scenes, you can have things. You can have like the little strands. Like if you have an astronaut in space, you can have the various hoses going in different directions. So it almost looks like there's multiple points of gravity. Gives the impression of no gravity, or it can. Yeah, I wish I knew a better example to give you. I'm sorry. Okay, CJ, cool, man. Yeah, I'd be if you want. I will. Not today, unfortunately. I'll be heading out for this evening. I have some stuff I need to do, but yeah, I would definitely want to jump on and check it out. I could even help you give it a test, if depending on the time, just to make sure it's all working. But yeah, man, you should. You should. If you think you'd have fun with it, give it a try. Because I have fun with this, doing this with you guys. Okay. I need a little bit of shadow under my bird beaks. I'm going to be picking up some of the white green from underneath. So we're going to take a little bit of this white, a little bit of green, and a little bit of blue. Kind of a darker blue-green. A little pinch of brown. There we go. Inertia from Oh, you want to make it look like inertia from motion instead of droop from gravity. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Let me think here for a second. So I assume you're talking about like a light, like a character that's like jumping, kind of a thing. Like a character who's jumping. Or even an object. Pardon me. Well, you could do something that's kind of like, hold on one second. I tell you what, let me grab my sketchbook real quick, because I'm better at drawing than talking. Although by this drawing, you would not be able to tell that. And as far as ideas, CJ, I don't know, man. I think it might be fun just to pick something for your first one, pick something you're interested in, and just like draw it, you know? and just like, I don't know, talk about what you're doing, you know. So you want it to have like that nice motion. Yeah, it's hard to do with the zombie hand thing. An easy way to do it with the zombie hand thing is to have the ground from around it like erupting, like little shooting bits of dirt here and there is I think an easy visual way to get that across. But with the hand itself, it would be tough. I mean, you could put some like dirt on the hand and have that be flinging off of it, you know. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I want to work a little bit more on this Borealis up here. Oh, you have the flinging dirt? Man. It depends on how comic booky and cartoony you want it to go. You can use speed lines, of course. That's like a tried and true method of the little lines flying off of it. But I don't know if that's too cartoony for you. You could also use your camera angles to great effect, depending on your project. If you're shooting it from a very low angle, like your camera's parallel with the ground, when the hand's coming up, it's going to look like you're looking up at it. That can give the impression of upward motion. And low detail. That, the less detail you have, the harder it's going to be, I would think. Because my guess is what you want to show, like it's like very impactful, like, whoa, holy crap, there's a hand coming out of the ground, kind of a thing. I would definitely go for that lower angle then. Here, I'll show you what I mean here in just 1 second. Give me 1 second here. Yeah, light, that is good advice to CJ. Thank you. Okay. Pardon me. That's very wet, so I'm just going to have to hold it like this. So, let me get my pencil here. Alright, so is that coming through? So we're going to do it like down here. So let's say your logo's like in this little box, right? Do something like that, a little more. I don't know. Does that make it? I mean, does that make sense? You could also do, if you're doing the low angle type of thing, have them kind of, the fingers like reaching bit. There we go. And then curved lines are usually good for showing like upward motion kind of a thing. Something akin to that, you know. Yeah, CJ, yeah. Like, I'll try to get on if I can, but if not, yeah, you still need to be chit-chatting to the room. So, that, you know, if unfortunately nobody shows up. I was lucky enough that you guys all came, like, on my first stream, so thanks. But you'll do great, man. Give it a try, you know. Let's see here. Light, I'm trying to think. Other good ways to showcase a reaching hand kind of thing with not a lot of detail. Yeah, if you did the typical hand thing, blah, 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 you could do like the dirt flying up. Something like that. Yeah, I'm unsure. I mean, I can... let me think about it, and I can... let me think about it, and I can, you know, I'll contact you and let you know if something comes up to mind for me. Because just off the top of my head right now, I'm not entirely sure. But in terms of visual shorthand to show inertia instead of gravity, it's what I can think of is using context clues to do so. So I don't know if that helps or not. Probably not, but alright, so I'm going to use a little bit of this fuchsia just up in here. Exactly, CJ. That's just it, man. Do it for you. And then do it for you. And if people like come in and, you know, great. And who knows, you know, it might, you know, just doing something for you might get you followers or people interested. That's not a bad thing at all. Okie dokie. Then what I'm going to do is just take a little bit of that same kind of fuchsia purple color. Alright, Light. Well, thank you for stopping by. I'm not going to be able to stream too much longer anyway. But thanks for stopping by, man. I really appreciate it. And, yeah, have a good rest of your week. Happy Halloween, or in advance. Happy October, I should say. Oh, my God, I'm losing my mind. But have a good one, man. Thank you again. Alright, so I'm going to take a little bit of that fuchsia and just kind of add it to the tops of the buildings here to just give it a little hint of light coming down from that borealis effect. Okay, there we go. Yeah, CJ, if you do a live stream, man, like I said, I don't know if I'll be around, but shoot me an email. You can find my email on my website, which there should be a link for it on Twitch and YouTube and all that stuff. But yeah, shoot me an email if you want, and just let me know you're going to stream. If I'm available, I'll hop on with you. Help get the ball rolling and help test out like the lighting and stuff too. It's good to have somebody to see. Alright, there's just a little bit of that fuchsia in there. And then I'm going to do just a little bit with the green as well. There we go. Just so it picks up some of the color here and there. Doesn't need to be a big deal, really. Right there on that dome shape. Okay, and there we have it. Oh, really? People don't like what you do? Oh, that's... I'm sorry, man. That sucks. I like your stuff. I think it's cool. So... But yeah, I mean, it's one of those things you just can't give in to what other people are saying you're doing. You just kind of got to do your own thing, man. And eventually you'll find, like, you know, an audience or whatever. Or whatever you're looking for, you know, an audience or personal satisfaction. Like, you'll get there eventually. Like, if you just keep at it, you know. What do they say at my Kung Fu school? There's a sign on the wall. It's like, the easiest way to succeed is to just try again. I like that. I think that's a good one. Okay. So, let's see here. Alright guys, so that's coming along. I'm going to add just a little bit more darkness down here at the bottom using the dark blue and brown. It's a weird combination, but it works for me. And then I can actually take a little bit of this. Let's mix it here. I'm going to do a little bit of... Here we go. It's charcoal gray. I'm just going to take it right off the tip. Mix the ink with the watercolor. And then I can throw it in down here. A little bit of water to blend it. Just to darken that area up even more. Because it was a little too vibrant for me. I want the elder things to stick out. There you go, man. Making a comic book? That's awesome. Yep. Keep at it, man. You know? Because at the end of the day, just like everybody else, you're going to end up dead. Everybody does. Nobody gets out of life alive. And you got to be satisfied with what you did, you know? Got to be happy with what you did. At the end of the day, that's really the only thing that matters. Okay. Well, that's awesome, man. Yeah, definitely I'd try to check that out if I'm available, so that's cool. And what the good thing is about YouTube and stuff is they save your videos, like, afterwards, so people can watch, like, you know, the live stream or whatever. But yeah, eventually you'll find an audience, and I think you'll be surprised, you know. I'm always surprised when you guys are on here, like, and you say you like my work. I'm always, like, stunned by it. So, it's just one of those things, like, spend long enough time, eventually you'll find an audience and people that appreciate your work and like it. So keep at it, man. And it's good practice too. Like doing the videos, even, you know, you enjoy them, sure, but they're good practice too for doing your art, and you'll find you'll get faster. I'm glad the penguins turned out really good. I think I'm very happy with them penguins here. So actually, they could use a little bit more of a blur down here. Some of them. I think the penguins are my favorite part, actually. So that's cool. Alright, and the last thing I'm going to do for now with this is throw in some... oh, actually, do I want to darken that? Yeah, I want to darken that up there. What am I talking about? What am I talking about? Okay, so I'm going to use ink black here on this brush to just get some water and just get that dark, dark, dark going. And then what's this one here? Oh, that's the outline. I don't need that. Yeah, the ink black is good, and then some of this charcoal gray. And then just lightly, I'm going to tap it in here. The birds from Alfred Hitchcock, nice. Thank you. Add this in here, up here, just to darken the sky up a little more. I should do a Birds picture one of these days. I love that movie. It's boring in the first half, but it's a good one. There we go. That's a little bit darker. I like that. And then I can add in just a little bit of using the gel pen here. Actually, you know what? I am going to break out the... Where are you? I think I have a white acrylic here, because I need an opaque acrylic. Yep. White acrylic. This is super cheap acrylic too, which is no good. But we gotta work with what I got right now, you know. How can you stop the birds? I don't know. Poison birdseed? But yeah, it's true. When nature like decides that you're done, it's like, what the hell are you gonna do? There we go. Alright, so I'm going to splash this in there. Whoa, that's a lot. Okay, that came out quick. And then I need a thinner brush. I don't want to use that. That's a good brush. That's a good brush. We'll use this guy. We're just going to add a little bit of a white outline here. I'm actually going to mix that with a tiny, tiny, tiny bit of green. That's even too much. Good thing about acrylics is they're water-based. They will mix slightly with watercolor. just to give a nice outline to the moon there. And then have some moonbeams coming down. Just like that. There we go. Keeping it eerie. Alright guys, I think I need to call it quits for today. I've gone on for a little too long. This was fun to bust out some watercolors. I'm not usually a watercolor guy. I don't do a ton with them. And when I do, they're a lot more. It takes hours and hours and hours and hours to get a nice, a house portrait or something done. But this was fun for now. I think here, in looking at the picture, it looks a little wonky. It looks kind of different for me sitting here. This up here for me is pure purple, and on the feed it looks kind of blue. So, but interesting enough. But I had fun working on it. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it. So that's something for you, something different at least. But that's it. We will see you guys on the next episode, and if you're doing Drawlloween, I know CJ you are, keep doing it, man. If anybody out there is watching and not chatting, then keep doing your Drawlloween stuff, or any kind of art that you guys want to do, and have fun with it. And yeah, that's it, man. So pardon me, I got a jet. It's 20 after, and I got stuff to do. Oh, thanks, Gamer Spirit. Nice to see you back. I'm just about to leave, though, but good to see you, man. But, alright, cool. Yep, we'll see you next Thursday when, hang on here for me. Next Thursday, we will be doing, real monsters, like the cartoon. So, that's cool. It does have issues with purple, so... But we'll get it scanned up once it's completely dry. Hopefully that's tonight. And honestly, I may even poke around with it a little bit more when I come home. Just to add in a couple little last thingamajiggers. Actually, I could use some star. Anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. So, alright guys, that's it. We'll see you on the next one. Thanks again for watching and commenting and all that. And yeah, we'll see you. Happy full moon. Make sure you go out and see it tonight if you can. So wherever you are, stay safe, guys. We'll see you. Good night.